gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game. But you ain't never went up against me or my staff.
That's the only thing been high.
So you remember something.
Tell me what I got.
We've been here before. So you trying to get there.
Matchup with Canelo. Butt beating his ass. How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing and shit.
What about the weight?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
At the press conference, Terence Crawford's trainer, BoMac McIntyre, delivered a strong message to Canelo. He made it clear that the difference in size and weight won't matter once the fight begins. McIntyre explained that Crawford has taken on bigger opponents many times throughout his career and has always managed to come out on top. Speaking with full confidence, BoMac warned that Canelo is in real danger because Crawford's skill, focus, and mindset will be the deciding factors when they meet in the ring.
This is matchup with Canelo. Butt beating his ass. How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing and shit.
What about the weight?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, BoMac? Canelo's famed head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we gonna get past that shit.
BoMac speaks with absolute confidence whenever he talks about Terence Crawford's chances in this upcoming fight. He makes it clear that this isn't just another matchup. For Crawford, it's an opportunity to prove himself as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. BoMac McIntyre stresses that Crawford has been locked in at the gym day after day, with no shortcuts and no excuses. In his eyes, true preparation is what separates a champion from an average fighter, and Crawford's discipline is exactly why he stands at the very top of the sport. His words show more than confidence. They reveal a deep belief that Crawford's unique mix of skill and mental toughness will be enough to overcome every obstacle in front of him. The way BoMac frames this moment, it's not just about winning another fight. It's about creating history right in front of the world.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence. You've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 13th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Getting these fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Reports about Canelo Alvarez struggling during sparring with Jaron "Boots" Ennis have stirred up plenty of discussion in the boxing world. Ennis is a fighter many fans often compare to Terence Crawford, thanks to his quick footwork, sharp counterpunching, and slick defensive style. So, if Canelo reportedly had a tough time against someone with a style similar to Crawford's, even in a controlled sparring session, it raises a big question. How much tougher will it be when he faces Crawford under the bright lights in an official fight? Of course, sparring isn't the same as stepping into the ring for a championship bout. But patterns like these can't be ignored. And this particular rumor has led many observers to believe that Canelo may face more problems than people expect. For Crawford supporters, it's another boost of confidence. To them, it shows that Crawford has the exact tools needed to expose Canelo's weaknesses when it truly matters.
World when we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jerome Boots Ennis. If Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number 3, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay. Now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
In response to the sparring rumors, Brian BoMac McIntyre quickly brushed aside any comparisons between Jaron Boots Ennis and Terence Crawford. He made it clear that while Ennis is a gifted fighter, Crawford operates on a completely different level. BoMac explained that no sparring partner, no matter how skilled, can truly mirror what Crawford brings into the ring. What sets Crawford apart, he said, is not just his speed or movement, but the way he combines experience, adaptability, and sharp mental focus. Those qualities are nearly impossible to duplicate in training. That's why BoMac insists people are missing the bigger picture when they draw these comparisons. The real fight, he believes, will reveal Crawford's unique abilities, not just his athletic skills, but also his intelligence under pressure. His strong dismissal of the narrative is another clear sign of BoMac's deep confidence in Crawford's individuality, and his belief that no stylistic resemblance can measure up to the real thing.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Boxing analyst Ade Oladipo raised some concerns about Terence Crawford's choice to put on significant weight for this fight. He explained that success in boxing isn't only about size. It's about finding the right balance between skill and power. According to Oladipo, adding too much weight too quickly can backfire. It may slow a fighter down or disrupt his natural rhythm. That's a risk, especially for Crawford, who is known for his speed and fluid movement. The worry is that by trying to match Canelo in size, Crawford could unintentionally dull the very strengths that make him so effective. While many fans applaud Crawford's determination to move up in weight, Oladipo reminds people that there are dangers in changing what already makes a fighter special. His perspective highlights how complicated a matchup like this really is. Even the best preparation can create challenges if it's not handled carefully.
Was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against who's the one that I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh yeah.
And when he's just skinny, he's like wiry. He's very much Tommy Hearns. Now,
have you seen him? He's massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. He lost. But Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards shared a more balanced perspective on the situation. He acknowledged that Crawford is well aware Jaron boots Ennis sparred with Canelo, and that Ennis carries real power. But instead of letting that knowledge rattle him, Crawford simply folds it into his preparation. Edwards explained that Crawford's confidence isn't shaken by outside factors like sparring partners. For him, the only thing that truly matters is the actual fight and his ability to adjust in real time once the bell rings. In fact, knowing that Ennis has been part of Canelo's camp might even serve as extra motivation. It pushes Crawford's team to prepare specifically for that style during training. According to Edwards, this is exactly where Crawford shines. He thrives in these kinds of circumstances, and his mental toughness ensures he won't be thrown off by whoever Canelo chooses to work with before the fight.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and BoMac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and BoMac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
One of the biggest debates among fans and analysts is whether Canelo's size advantage will simply be too much for Terence Crawford to handle. Supporters of Canelo point to his proven strength at higher weight classes and question if Crawford, who started his career as a lightweight, can really withstand the power of a naturally bigger fighter. The discussion often boils down to physicality versus skill. Critics of Crawford's chances argue that size isn't something you can just outbox. At a certain point, they say natural physics takes over, and Canelo's heavy power shots could wear Crawford down. This viewpoint reflects a belief of a large portion of the boxing community. No matter how gifted Crawford is, moving up to face a fighter as strong and powerful as Canelo may be asking too much.
Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man. Too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man. Because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower.
Yeah.
So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah.
Another key point in the debate is Canelo Alvarez's incredible level of experience at the very top of the sport. Analysts often stress that he has faced just about every style there is: slick movers, aggressive brawlers, and defensive specialists. His record is packed with championship rounds fought under the brightest lights, and that history matters. It's not only his size and power that make Canelo dangerous, but also the calmness and composure that come from years of performing on the biggest stages. Experience is often what separates fighters when adversity strikes, and Canelo has consistently shown resilience throughout his career. Supporters of Alvarez believe that this deep reservoir of knowledge, combined with his natural strength, makes him one of the toughest challenges in all of boxing, even for someone as skilled as Crawford. The feeling among many is that while talent is crucial, experience in the championship spotlight can tip the scales heavily in favor of the Mexican superstar.
There's things about like being in camp with Canelo, it's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. Mm-hmm. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
High guard, okay,
man.
Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol. He's got Benavidez. He's got all these other legitimate 168, 175-pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're going to go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as a talent as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not.
Okay.
Because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound-for-pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same thing.
Like that, same thing?
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight these up-and-coming 168, 165 to 175-pound guys.
Brian BoMac, McIntyre, has framed this fight not as a simple clash of size and strength, but as a battle of intelligence. In his breakdown, he stresses the importance of what he calls the finer details of boxing. Timing, he says, can take away raw power, and speed can be the answer to size. For BoMac, Crawford's true brilliance is his ability to make adjustments on the fly. He becomes a moving puzzle in the ring, one that opponents struggle to figure out in real time. His well-known phrase, "skills pay the bills," isn't just a catchy line. It's the philosophy that has defined Crawford's entire career. This outlook reinforces the belief that while Canelo brings size, power, and experience, Crawford's mastery of the subtle elements of boxing gives him every chance to beat the odds.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You got to have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that. Like a Canelo, and not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from you, but just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter, and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to take to get that win, right?